Good morning, everyone, and happy Independence Day. If you don't know me, my name's Gordon Chester. I'm a candidate for San Jose City Council here in District 9. And on this Independence Day, I wanted to talk about the Declaration of Independence, what it means to me, and how it helped me form my values, which is what helped me form my policies. To give you a little insight into me and let you know how many of our values align, um, irrespective with how many of our policies are identical. Um, so, without further ado, the Declaration of Independence, it was signed and authored, as I know it, as a political science major who really enjoys history, as a rejection to the status quo. Primarily, there are three main objections um, that they had. Many think about taxes and tea, but they absolutely rejected those who committed crimes being shipped across the seas, so that way strangers who had no idea what their life was like were going to be judging them, and that's part of what drove being judged by a jury of your peers. Um, the founders rejected an overreach of the crown, prioritizing local enforcement over the enforcement of a larger governing military body, something that is incredibly prescient today. And they rejected a wealthy, powerful, unresponsive government to make sure that they could respond to the people. They wanted local governments to have that ability to do so. So that way they didn't have to wait for approval from the highest order. You know, I read this declaration, which at the time was men that had strong political ties, but didn't actually have any power to do anything with this declaration. In a sense, they turned these words and they certainly had action in the years to come. But what stands out to me is the risk they took to not just critique the crown. They also had not just a vision of change, which many people can have, but they had a vision of positive change, you know? And that's bold sometimes because a lot of people think of change as being negative, and I'm just inspired by the fact that they thought of change as something that could help the greater good, help the overwhelming majority of people that at the time that they thought of as people. Um, but we can use that today and say that we can have change that improves the lives of the overwhelming group of people that we see around us, right? And I just think that that's really inspirational. They they brought upon this, this life, liberty, freedom, and the opportunity to pursue your happiness as foundational to what being an independent nation means, that being an independent body really at that time means. Um, it's one thing to say, okay, yeah, go find your dream, but we need to make sure that we create the opportunities for you to be able to pursue that dream, to pursue your happiness. And they said that if the government doesn't do that, not only is it your right as a people, but they suggested it's morally incumbent. It's a moral necessity to, in their case, abolish, in our case, alter how our government works for us. They said, and I quote, shall seem the most likely effective. s- Pardon me, I'm gonna have to run that back. The founder said that the people, that the masses, that the government should, and quote, shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. That is how you change the government. That is done through either policy or new foundational rules. Today, we have an opportunity in San Jose to update our policies to ensure that we all have more opportunities to be able to be not just in District 9, but to be in San Jose, to remain in San Jose, for people to be able to not be economically stressed here in San Jose, irrespective of your age. We all deserve these opportunities. We deserve opportunities to see our friends, have form families in the neighborhoods that they grew up in, for people to be able to retire near their family, so that way they have loved ones while they retire, for young people to be able to start lives here, for people to be able to pursue their small business dream and become a sole proprietor or otherwise, to be able to provide a community builder by creating a small business right in their own home. These are things that really would help us create the opportunity to pursue that happiness, to increase our freedom. And these are the things that really show you my values and where my policies come from. My name is Gordon Chester, and I'm running for San Jose City Council right here in District 9 because I want to see a safe and sustainable San Jose. If you'd like to donate to the campaign to make sure that we can have the best outreach possible, you can do so at this screen here. A link will be in the description below. Happy Independence Day, everyone. I'll see you out there.